2 years ago, AI in project management was an experiment. Today, if you aren't using it, you're operating at a systemic disadvantage. It has become a baseline operational requirement to stay competitive. But that rapid transition has created an immediate problem for modern project managers. You're hit with hundreds of tools, models, and plugins, leading to widespread choice paralysis. Picking the wrong tool carries severe penalties. Paste the wrong spreadsheet and you leak corporate data. License the wrong platform and you waste thousands of IT dollars. Or worse, you rely on a generic model that hallucinates engineering specifications. Take a look at this diagram. It maps a standard project manager's daily workflow, drafting emails, analyzing schedules, checking compliance, and generating reports, against failed or error-ridden AI outputs. When these errors happen, the friction rarely comes from the technology itself. It happens because there is a complete mismatch between your project's specific data constraints and the underlying architecture of the AI. To fix this, you have to look at the modern landscape through 4 distinct architectural tiers: general purpose, enterprise, domain-specific, and multimodal. Eliminating workflow friction requires you to systematically evaluate these 4 tiers against your exact industry demands and data requirements. Treating every AI model as an identical chat box guarantees a strategic failure. You will only capture real ROI when you align the software's architecture directly with the reality of your project's constraints. The most common entry point into this landscape is the publicly accessible web-based interface. These are general-purpose large language models, like ChatGPT or Claude. Their foundational capability is processing and generating text almost instantly. For a project manager, their primary utility lies in rapid brainstorming and drafting generic stakeholder communications without having to start from a blank page. However, you have to manually type or paste your context into the prompt every single time, and pasting proprietary project information into these public models creates severe data privacy vulnerabilities. To solve those privacy and context limitations, organizations are turning to enterprise LLMs. This progressive matrix compares the two. If you look at the general purpose column, data access is manual and setup effort is practically zero. But in the enterprise column, data access is fully integrated, making the setup effort highly complex. Instead of relying on manual text inputs, enterprise models connect directly into your live, secure organizational data streams, reading your company's actual emails, files, and server data. Because of that direct connection, they can produce highly valuable outputs, specifically automatically generated portfolio dashboards and synthesized meeting notes. But accessing those outputs comes with massive barriers to entry. You are looking at exorbitant financial licensing costs per user, plus intense, months-long IT integration requirements. It also creates immediate vendor lock-in. Once you commit to a specific corporate ecosystem, your team is completely bound to its capabilities and its limitations. Ultimately, choosing between the general and enterprise tiers forces a direct trade-off. You have to decide between low-cost, flexible agility and secure, automated organizational context. Administrative automation is useful, but in high-stakes, precision-focused industries, standard administrative tools can be actively dangerous to rely on. In environments where physical engineering, complex legal liability, and worker safety are daily realities, generic answers aren't enough. This is the domain of specialized models. Domain-specific LLMs are trained exclusively on stringent industry standards, legal precedents, and architectural regulations. Because of that targeted training, they deliver precise functional outputs. They can perform accurate regulatory compliance checking and deep industry contract analysis with a high degree of reliability. But their functional focus is incredibly narrow. They are useless for writing daily administrative emails, which forces managers to run parallel software systems side by side. Beyond industry regulations, project managers also face a different architectural challenge: the vast array of diverse file formats required to track progress. Bringing our matrix back, we can expand our evaluation framework to include these specialized and visual data architectures. Multimodal LLMs offer a unique capability. Instead of just reading text, they can simultaneously process diverse inputs, like visual Gantt charts, audio recordings, and risk heat maps. This gives you a specific workflow advantage. You can cross-reference visual project schedules with textual meeting notes, allowing the model to spot timeline discrepancies between what was drawn and what was said. But visual processing carries a critical danger: spatial misinterpretation. These models regularly fail to accurately read the specific connections within complex visual diagrams. Utilizing multimodal models safely requires advanced prompting skills and rigorous line-by-line human oversight. Managing advanced multi-format workflows requires highly specialized tools, but acquiring those capabilities means you either pay for premium software budgets or you pay with intensive manual oversight. So how do you decide? We have to stop looking at the tools in isolation and apply them directly to real-world project manager personas and daily constraints. This flowchart gives us a systematic framework. It starts with your primary constraint. Is data privacy and live integration your top priority? If yes, you branch straight to an enterprise model. For corporate project managers overseeing large teams, the massive ROI gained from automated reporting and data security easily outweighs the initial setup friction. Next, we assess a secondary constraint. Are you bound by strict industry compliance and specifications? This leads to the domain-specific outcome. Technical project managers in engineering or legal fields rely exclusively on domain-specific LLMs to mitigate risk, avoiding generic tools entirely. Finally, we assess workflow constraints regarding budget, visual charting, and administrative speed. This splits the path between multimodal and general-purpose outcomes. Agile or independent project managers can maximize low-cost ROI here. You utilize general-purpose tools for rapid text drafting and deploy multimodal features for visual chart analysis. Adopting AI based on brand hype rather than the actual reality of your data environment is a guaranteed way to fail. Look closely at your own desk. Audit your specific daily tasks, your exact data formats, and your organizational restrictions. True project efficiency happens only when the AI architecture you choose aligns flawlessly with the unyielding realities of your project.